score in October 2012 CPA board exam, working as a full-time financial reporting manager of a multinational company, 100 approved policies in his rookie year, qualified for 3 trips, reached elite advisor status with 4 million ANP as of October 31, 35 days consistent daily producer, 15 weeks consistent weekly producer, 9 months consistent monthly producer, and promoted as Next Gen AUM last July 1 with 9 manpower, 3 quarters influencer circle awardee, and a breadwinner and a loving son and brother to his family. Let us all welcome from Regan Financial Team DC, and Elite Advisor and AUM, Marc Arca.
Hi everyone. So first thank you sa very lengthy na introduction Jane. So really appreciate it, and it's my great honor and privilege to have been invited in the assembly of the one of the top agencies dito sa AA Philippines. Na pressure ako kaya napabili ako ng 1C for this celebration. Happy birthday Sir DJ Di Maliwat pala. Ayan.
Thank you, Mark. Grabe.
Yeah, so nag-effort ako bumili ako. Joke lang. So nasa drawer lang ito. Ayan, sige. Let me share my screen lang. So I was asked kasi to share some of the practices na na are working well with me. Kaya medyo naging maganda yung performance ko sa first year ko dito sa AIA Philippines. So but before I proceed doon sa practice sharing ko, I would like to give a brief background lang about myself to give a perspective kung saan ba nanggagaling yung mga leads and yung mga clients na napapasign up ko nun sa mga policies na na-approve so far. Alisin ko lang to. Ayan. So, ayan, as mentioned kanina, I'm a CPA by profession, and I started my career in SGV and Company, one of the top auditing firms in the country. So, sa Team DC kasi majority mga CPAs din. So dito ba sa Starbright, I think marami ring mga CPAs dito. If you are a CPA, if you can type in CPA in the chat box. So I know kung we share the same background. Ayan. Ayan, so si Marie, CPA, si Juliet. So marami nga. So given na yan, lalo na parang yung industry natin is starting to be dominated by CPAs. Ayan, so yeah, I started in 2012 as an associate. After 2 years, I was promoted into a senior associate. After 2 years again, I was promoted into an associate director. After 1 year, I was seconded in EY Singapore. And then pagbalik ko after a year, I was promoted into a director in 2018. Then after a year, I left the company. So naging maganda yung progress ng aking career sa SGV, and actually most of my clients galing dito sa company na to. So I was really privileged lang din to be part of a huge organization na parang pagpasok pa lang sa industry, alam ko na kung sino yung magiging first few clients ko. Kaya to be honest, hindi ako masyadong nahirapan hanapin kung sino yung magiging first clients ko, given na marami kong nakilala dito sa aking career in SGV. Yeah, so most naman nakikita nyo dyan sa pictures, most of them are clients, and some of them nililigawan ko pa to be my clients. Then after leaving SGV, I joined Johnson & Johnson, a multinational company. I joined as a regional compliance manager in 2019 and transferred into a new role, country finance manager in this year. So medyo strategic din yung pag-transfer na yan, kasi kapag you transfer from one team to another, you meet new people, and those new people can be my clients. So I play it strategically rin sa aking professional na full-time career naman. Ayan. So kung makita nyo naging maganda naman yung progress ng aking career, full-time career. Pero you might be asking me why I still choose to become a financial advisor. And to answer that particular question, similar with most of you, I want to have a second source of income. So ayun naman talaga yung main na driving force. But apart from that, I want to rin kasi improve yung self ko pa as a professional. So parang 9 years na ako sa pagiging CPA. So medyo gamay ko na. I wanted to try something new, and hence I ventured into this field of being a financial advisor. So nakita ko kasi yung growth nung mga naging financial advisors kong friends, si Sir Jerome De Castro, pati si SU Maya Chavez. They used to be my colleagues in SGV, and they really grown a lot in this industry. So nainggit ako and decided to join the industry as well. And yung second reason is yung picture na ipapakita ko, something that is personal to me. Ito. Ayan. So ito yung yung scariest event in my life happened in October 2012. October 2020. So yung mother ko, she suffered from stroke. So 16 days siya sa hospital. Every now and then I'll go to the billing department to check how much na ba yung yung bill. Kasi natakot ako na baka hindi mag-exceed doon sa rin sa HMO limit nung aking company. Etong picture na to, it was taken because very much afraid ako na I might lose her anytime at any time kasi sobrang sumasakit yung ulo niya tapos nakakalimot siya. So etong picture na to, I just wanted to be safe na in case anything bad happens, meron kaming last picture together. Pero with the grace of God naman, she survived yung stroke, and ngayon recovering really well. Nag-decide ako maging financial advisor habang bantay ko si mama. Ako yung nagbabantay sa kanya sa hospital. Doon ko tinake lahat ng mga e-learnings in a span of 5 days. So ganun naging kabilis yung yung pagtapos ko doon sa mga requirements, kasi naisip ko I was really privileged na malaki yung HMO limit ng company ko, 750,000. What if yung most of Filipinos, 'di ba? Parang hindi naman ganoon ka-privileged to have that 750,000 na HMO coverage. So I wanted to help. That's why I started to venture to become a financial advisor. Ayan yung big why ko on why I joined the industry. Second naman, ito yung yung question na binigay sa akin ni Ma'am Christine. So ano raw yung mga steps na I did take for me to have a good start as a financial advisor. Ito yan. To share with you, of course, first and foremost, putting the hours talaga. Ayun yung mahalaga. So yung 103 na policy count YTD ko, hindi yan it didn't fall just into my lap. Hindi yan nanggaling sa thin air. So it really took a lot of effort and time para magkaroon ako ng numbers under my belt. So similar with yung promotions nyo, nire-reward din kasi ni Team DC yung kapag may raffle promo kami rin, paramihan ng for each client presentation, and kahit conversation lang via chat, may raffle entry ka. So for the month of March, I was able to present or converse with a client 53 na client presentations in just 1 month. So luckily ako rin yung nanalo dito sa sa raffle na to. Sa dami ba naman nung presentations na nangyari in a single month. Tapos in the same month, dito ako naka 28 na policy count. So really, kapag titignan mo, hindi mangyayari yung 28 policy count kung hindi naman ako nakapag-present din ng 53 times with the client. So really, putting in the hours is really important, especially to rookies like me. So na-instill agad yan sa mind ko when I was starting. So kaya I really took some time to out of my busy schedule na mag-reach out to a lot of clients in a single day. Month of April, dinoble ko pa. Actually, triple. So 167. Most of them naman chat conversations, tapos big chunk rin naman client presentations. So pero I had 167 raffle entries in that particular month. And of course, ako rin yung nanalo. So another 3,500 yun for me. So isa rin sa driving force ko bakit marami kong mag-reach out kasi I am being rewarded for it. Sa month of April naman, yung 167 na presentations na yan, it turned out to be around 20 na closed policies. My birthday month of May, 37, medyo bumaba. Then bumawi ako nung June 92. So, di ko na nasama dito yung other months, pero consistently yan, really I'm really putting in the numbers. Kasi important na if you set a personal goal, yung actions mo should be in line with the goals that you have set for yourself. Kasi hindi mo ma-meet yung goal mo kapag hindi naman match yung ginagawa mo dun sa goal na yun. So ako, on a daily basis, I try to reach out to at least 20 na via Messenger or Instagram. Regardless kung mag-reply sila or hindi. Pero nagawa ko yung part ko that I reach out to at least 20 new clients. Or warm up. Kahit naman hindi approach agad. Warming up, pagre-reply lang sa sa mga IG stories ng mga prospects ko, ginagawa ko siya consistently. Then naging helpful rin sa akin yung pag-build ng credibility ko even before I officially became part of AIA Philippines. So 'di ba October ako nag-start ng licensing na journey pero nagkaroon ng delay with the exams and all. Tapos na-license lang talaga ako January 27 this year. Pero even before that, since I already know na I'll be joining this particular industry, I started to build up my credibility as someone who is doing really good in investment side. So talagang consistently, I post day in, day out about my stock market journey, my cryptocurrency journey, and it's gaining a lot of traction. So makikita nyo dito, 44 weeks from kagabi ko lang ito ni-screenshot dun sa aking story. So parang yan, early January nangyari mga postings na yun. Even before I was licensed to become a financial advisor, nagiging strategic na ako on yung mga ipopost ko in my social media accounts. Then, ayan, if a suggestion lang din to everyone in the call, I think as financial advisors, we owe it to our clients din for us to invest time in studying how financial market works. Kasi ang ino-offer naman natin sa kanila, hindi lang naman pure insurance, di ba? Ino-offer natin sa kanila may investment na side. So it's imperative rin for us to somehow have a knowledge about how investment works. So we can provide better advice to them. And yung benefit nito is, of course, it will increase our credibility, especially if we make it known to the public that we are walking the talk and investing din talaga in the stock market. Or kahit anong anong investment platform, real estate man yan or what. Kasi if we are asking our clients to invest, then they should also know that we are investing sa sarili natin, di ba? Next, it will provide better service to our clients. So we need to utilize talaga din yung fund switching mechanism of our VULs. And we cannot do that or make advices to our client if wala tayong sufficient knowledge about that. And then it will also uplift the integrity of our profession. Kasi as we all know naman, hindi naman may mga bad na impression about VULs. So one way kasi to somehow minimize that is make good advices when it comes to fund switching. Well, again, it's not a requirement to us as financial advisors. Pero if we really we really want to do well in this particular industry, dapat we start to find ways on how we can paano tayo aangat compared to the others in the market. So dapat meron tayong distinguishing factor, and being knowledgeable investments is a good distinguishing factor sa atin. Ayan. So another thing na nag-work well sa akin, I was able to strengthen my personal brand then. So by being consistent on again what I post online. So what you can see in the screen, lahat ng mga gains ko, Syempre hindi ko pinupost yung mga losses, so yung mga gains lang. Ah, Diyan sa sa stock market. And again, marami nagtatanong sa akin, it starts conversation then with my prospects. Magtatanong sila sa akin kung paano ba mag-invest, then hindi ko naman sila right out of the bat o offeran ng VUL. So of course, tuturo ko sila, let's say, sa Call Financial, kung saan makakapag-invest sa crypto and all. So parang it creates a relationship muna. Tapos eventually, since I already have provided value to them, if I invite them to have a conversation with me in terms of investment and insurance, hindi na awkward. Kasi parang meron kaming previous conversation. Diba? So mas higher chance na mag-agree sila to set up a conversation with me. And tapos pinost ko rin dito, ano ba yung na-gain ko out of the stock market. Medyo madami yung likes nito sa social media. So naka-gain siya ng 749 likes. Yung nabili ko yung aking Montero Sport out of my investment in the stock market. So etong na to, 749 na likers na yan, they served as my leads. So ang ginagawa ko, the reason why I'm posting in social media then is para yung mga magla-like or magko-comment sa post ko, sila yung una kong i-message. So ganun yung naging strategy ko rin. And ganun ang ginagawa ko pa rin ngayon. Kaya I continue to post in my social media account. Another thing na nag-work well sa akin is after I have strengthened the brand, I leverage on the brand. So yung mga naka-box dyan, it's I'm inviting others to ask me how I invest. Katulad ng sinabi ko, kapag nakapag-provide na ako ng value, that's the time that I can somehow ask value in return. Yan. So another example on how I was able to leverage my brand sa sa isang cold market naman. So I know most of you are member of this Usapan Bitid and VUL na group. So there's this particular person na naghahanap ng investments, gano'n. Nileverage ko yung brand ko by mentioning na I'm a stock and cryptocurrency trader. Gano'n. Tapos, 'di ba, out of 125 na na nag-comment dun sa post na yon, 55 na nag-like. Isa ko dun sa sa napili niya mag-present sa kanya. So siya mismo yung nag-reach out sa akin. So this is how I am able to leverage on my brand. An example. Another thing na nag-work well sa akin, creating a bandwagon. So yung first na picture dito, February. So technically my first month in the industry. Ang ginawa ko, yung mga client meetings ko, pinost ko sa social media kung gaano kadami sila. Binura ko lang yung faces ng mga clients. Ito yung mga JFWs ko with AAM Jerome De Castro. So parang ito yung way na maakit yung tao to have this conversation with me because after all, ang dami nang nag-agree to have conversations with me. And nakatulong siya dahil first 13 days ng March, etong second na picture, meron na akong 26 online conversation. So yung na-meet ko agad yung raise to 20 nyo kanina in just 13 days. Ayan. So through Bandwagon din. Yan. So if you haven't kung hindi pa kayo nagpo-post sa social media, use that as a tool talaga kasi ayun yung nakatulong sa akin why marami akong naging clients for this year. Another thing, ito just recently lang kasi naubos na yung bala ko eh. Naubos ko yung mga kakilala ko na na nakakapag-reach out ako. Kaya I started to post in my IG story yung individual conversations. Parang dati by group na siya, 'di ba? By group na yung posting ko. Ngayon, kada meron ako nakakausap tapos yung that particular person naman agreed to post our picture together, I grab that opportunity and post it in my social media account. So dito, very strategic din yung words na ginagamit ko. Like for this one, kinausap ako ng client na to supplement their current VULs and they availed ACP 100. It created an impression na, ayo nga, ako, Kasi most ng mga clients, di ba, meron naman ng insurance policies. So dapat ma-stick natin sa mind nila na hindi porket meron ka ng insurance policies, doon ka natitigil. Di ba? You need to revisit your coverages to check kung sufficient ba or not. And ito yung reason bakit ito yung ginamit ko na word. Yung kinuha nila na policy, it is to supplement the current insurance policy that they already have. Yan. Another one. Ito naman, mga OFW friends ko sa Japan. So, strategic again, I'm attracting mga OFWs whose parents are still here in the Philippines because they might want to consider ensuring their dependence dito sa Pilipinas. Naging helpful itong post na to kasi after a day, another OFW reached out to me. Hindi ako yung nag-reach out. Yung OFWs talaga na friend ko, nag-reach out sa akin that she is considering to avail kung ano man yung inavail netong nung friend ko na to from other country man. So this one naman sa Europe to, taga UK na siya ngayon, pero she's obtaining a policy for his father here in the Philippines. Ayan. So syempre merong din dyan, honoring the clients. Taking care of their parents even if nasa ibang bansa na sila. Again, so yung dito talaga I just utilize well talaga yung yung following ko in social media. Then another one, ito naman, I'm attracting naman dito yung mga supporters ko. I posted as of 9 AM meron na ako 99 policies. Sino ang gustong maging gustong mag-volunteer na maging 100 na insurance policy? So, sinabi ko rin dito na sa swertehin kung sino man yung magiging 100 na insured life ko. Then it turned out may nag-volunteer na gusto niya siya daw yung 100. So, nagkaroon kami ng conversation, kumuha to ng 2 policy sa akin. Tapos I asked volunteers naman kung sino ang gustong maging 101st to 102nd na na hanggang 103rd na insurance clients. Ayan, tapos ayan, syempre pinost ko rin kung na-approve na yung 100 insurance policy. Ayan, pati kung ano yung kinuha. Ang strategy ko ngayon kasi kapag merong na-approve na policy, pinopost ko 'yan. Tapos after nung post na 'yon, ano yung policy na kinuha ng person na 'yon. Para somehow mag-create din tayo ng mag-create din ako ng credibility into that particular product. Parang binabandwagon appeal ko rin yung product na yon, that if there's a lot of people who is availing that particular product, then that particular product must be really good and they might need to consider that one as well. So ayun yung nagiging strategy ko ngayon, especially dito sa ACP 100. So pinopost ko dyan, sabi ko sa social media, 5 clients have already signed for this particular policy. Tapos nakalagay dyan kung may price list na dyan, tignan na lang nila. Yan. Tapos, ayan, sabi ko nga, kapag may na-approve, pinopost ko, pati kung So, another ECP 100, another insurance policy approved in just 4 minutes. Very strategic rin, yung aking caption dito. Kung mapapansin nyo dito, nilagay ko dito kung ilang taon yung nag-avail na itong policy na to. Client is just 22 years old. Ako, nagkaroon ako ng first insurance ko yata mga 24, ganun. So, well, ang trend naman ngayon talaga is pabata ng pabata. Pero it sends a message to my younger audience in social media na hindi hadlang na bata sila for them to get an insurance policy. Kasi merong mga 22 years old, 21 years old na kumukuha na ng first insurance policy nila, di ba? Ayan. So, really strategic maski doon sa smallest details ng caption. No, dapat when we post something in social media, we really need to know what's the purpose of that particular post. Kung sino yung target market mo doon. And ano yung gusto mong ma-achieve with that particular post. Ayan, so sabi ko nga, etong 22 years old na client na to, ito yung kinuha niya. Tapos, ayan, another ACP 100 So dito naman baby ang kinuha. So again, ang intention naman nito na kahit bata pa lang pwede na nilang ikuha ng ng insurance policy, 'di ba? Kahit baby, lalo na kapag bata pa, 'di ba? Around 12,000 pesos lang for ACP 100 per year. So kaya marami kong na sign up na ACP 100 for the month of last month, pati this month nakakadalawa na ako so far. And so again, creating Bandwagon for ACP 100, 6 out of 12 approved policies ko last month are ACP 100. Ayan. Yeah, tama. FOMO Tintin. Ayan. So yung next naman na na nag-work well sa akin is yung pag-highlight ko ng competence and also pag-celebrate ko ng achievements in the industry. I think most of us naman dito, binabrag naman natin brag in a positive sense sa social media kung ano yung mga awards natin. Parang it's very common in the insurance industry to post even the regardless of how big or small our achievements are, and it's really good because it creates attraction din sa clients. So dito ang example ng competence even outside the insurance industry. Pinost ko lang na I topped the USCMA exam. So meron ako ditong 670 na na potential leads, 'di ba? So and it positioned me as someone who is not only doing well in the insurance industry but also outside the insurance industry. Kaya ayan yung purpose niyan. Then of course yung my other achievements I really post it, and maganda naman kasi hindi bumababa ng certain 3 digits yung yung mga likers ng mga posts. So I think naging maganda yung yung etong pag-post na itong mga achievements na to. Because kung hindi naman siya maganda, hindi naman siguro aabot ng more than 100 likes siya, di ba? Ayan. So again, well, of course, you are already doing this naman. Just know that this is something na talaga magbubunga. So just continue doing that. Of course, dahil takot ako na mawalan na ng leads in the future. Gusto ko, may nakita ko kanina na parang 200 something consistent monthly producer, 'di ba? So nalula ako sa number. So parang gusto ko rin na maging ganun in the future. So nag-iisip na ako ng ways ngayon para ma-widen yung aking social circle, kasi yung social circle na yan, diyan manggagaling din yung mga potential leads in the future. So earlier this year, I started to to join yung Toastmaster Club ng J&J. Ayan. So maraming members yan. May mga clients na ako diyan. Meron na ring 3 na actually yung underway yung e-learning para maging part of that team. So yung social circle na yan, hindi lang siya parang say potential recruits then. So consider din the other question na sinend kasi sa akin, how do I approach daw yung aking mga prospects? And ano yung mga sample skills that I'm using? Ang ginagawa ko kasi, I prioritize yung supporters. By prioritize supporters, ito yung mga persons na nagla-like or yung nagko-comment. Inuuna ko yung mga nagko-comment talaga doon sa nagre-react doon sa aking mga stories. Tapos kapag kapag nag-like ka, huli ka. So ganun yan. So tinitignan ko talaga kung sino yon. Tapos mini-message ko. So kapag nakita ko heart react yung certain stories ko, i-message ko yung that particular person. And etong 3 example na to, so lahat ito converted into sales. So ayun naman yung good thing diyan. So medyo delikado kapag ni-like yung yung post ko kasi TA siya. So parang every like is equal to TA, gano'n. Then for rookies, dito use your rookie card well. So akin, medyo hindi ko na siya nagagamit eh. Nagamit ko siya nung first few months. Eto, so I just asked yung mga close friends ko kung pwede makapag-present ako sa kanila as part of my training. So again, yung mga to naman converted sale din naman. So parang sinasabi ko diyan, kung magustuhan, edi okay, kapag hindi, okay. Pero at least nakatulong sila sa aking training during my first few months in the industry. Then in terms of naman, kung ano yung mga spiel naman, I focus on the quantity of the approach rather than the quality. I focus on the quality rather than the quantity. Ayan. So, eto, hindi ako yung nag-approach nito, pero ito yung a message that I received from someone from the Yellow Company sometime in 2018. Big name na siya sa Sun Life now. Pero kung titignan nyo, very impersonal yung kanya naging approach sa akin at naulit yung message. So parang when I read this, parang somehow ako rin, parang nag-cringe ako in a way. So maybe we want to revisit our messages and put your feet doon sa shoes ng someone na makakabasa ng iyong message and to check if you will cringe then if you read that message. Ako nung binasa ko yung yung first few message ko when I was starting, nag-cringe ako. So ito yung first ko. Etong second picture na to, ito yung first na templated na message ko. It seems like parang customized siya. Pero masyadong mahaba tapos somehow parang ma-feel mo na hindi din siya personalized. I think it's better than this one pero may mai-improve pa. Pero ako personally kapag na-receive ko to, yung binabasa ko to kanina, parang nagki-cringe din ako. So just assess that by yourself if your current TAs are cringeworthy. So ang maganda naman kasi, we need to learn from our mistakes. So ayun naman yung ginawa ko. Kaya ngayon, mas personalized na yung mga messages ko sa mga prospects. Ito, another example. Ito, ngayon, siya. Hindi siya personalized, pero hindi naman siya yung too templated. So parang dito, sinabi ko dito, just want to reach out lang sana in case you are considering to add something to your current insurance coverage. Ang kagandahan nitong TA na to is that I already assume that this particular person already has an insurance policy. And what I'm offering is something that can supplement what she currently have na. So parang eliminated na agad yung yung isang rejection na hindi meron na ako. Kasi parang inassume ko na meron ka na. Pero still, it didn't hinder me to send this particular message to you. Tapos, eto, another naman, example na nag-focus sa quality. Kasi eto talaga, nalaman ko na naghahanap siya ng investment by his social media post. Kaya yung aking TA sa kanya, it's geared towards the investment side. And this particular person turned out to my biggest case so far. So, hindi siya kasing kalakihan nung cases nyo. Ang pinakamalaki ko ba lang so far, it's this particular person around 240,000. So, ayun yung yung biggest ANP ko so far. So, it really pays off to focus on the quality of your TA rather than the quantity. Quantity important din, pero mas maganda kapag may quality yung TA. Ayan. Tapos, it's important then to do background checking before you approach a client, especially kapag lukewarm or cold market. For example, a cold market. So, nireject niya ako sa una kong approach. Pero nung nakita ko na siya, na he's an owner of a small firm, para siyang freelancer kasi. Naisip ko agad na since freelancer ito, he might need an insurance, an HMO coverage. That's why ang ko sa kanya, ang inoffer ko sa kanya, med assist agad. So, na-convert ko siya into a signed up policy. Kung makikita mo dito, ang kanyang sinabi, parang kilala mo ako, ha ha ha. Actually, naghahanap ako ng HMO for my firm. So for his own policy, ang kinuha niya, yung Med Assist, tapos for his staff, yung Pacific Cross. So also under me naman. So kaya maganda na mag-background check sa social media account ng mga lukewarm and cold markets. Another one, nakita ko na na merong bagong baby, kakapanganak pa lang. So inofferan ko ng future scholar. Nakita ko, magma-migrate into sa London. Someone from SGV din. So, inofferan ko ng investment. So, sabi niya, mag-sign up daw siya by this month. So, ang kanyang proposal, it's 30,000 per month. So, really looking forward for this particular case to come in, kung hindi man November, December. Kasi ang pangako niya, before siya lumipad ng London. So yung pag-stock ko dun sa mga kilala ko kung nasaan na sila ngayon, it really is paying off right now. And then, so, ayan. So nakita ko nasa Singapore na. So ino-offeran ko naman kung gusto na kuhanan yung family members dito sa Pinas. So nakita ko, nag-post sa BTID and VUL na group. Nung tinignan ko yung social media account, former SM scholar. And I used to be an SM scholar as well. So I sent her an email. Sinabi ko na co-scholar ko siya sa co-SM scholar ko siya. Working in Film Life ako. So, kumuha siya ng policy. Kasi meron kaming something in common. Another important item, hindi dapat titigil tayo sa presentation. So, dapat we need to continuously follow up then. So, don't hesitate to follow up. Ito, isang magandang success story na na-reject na ako, pero I didn't let that particular rejection hinder me to follow up. Na-sin zone ako. Makikita mo dito, September 3, I sent a message. Yan, September 3. Nakita ko na sin niya, pero hindi siya nag-reply. Ang maganda dito, I gave this particular person a benefit of the doubt. September 10, message ko. Sabi ko, sending this message lang in case you weren't able to read my previous message because of the task at hand. Tapos, nag-reply siya afterwards. So, another 6 digits na na ENP for me last month, or 2 months ago yata to, particular na person na to. So, lang, I think this is a powerful message kapag na-zone zone tayo. Na parang ina-assume natin na baka nalagpasan lang kasi 'di ba baka mahiya na yung yung someone na let's say close natin yung person na yun pero hindi sila nakapag-reply. Kapag nag-continuous follow up tayo, baka nahiya na din kasi sila mag-reply. And this particular message gives them a benefit of the doubt na baka inassume natin na hindi tayo affected nung hindi nila pag-reply, and ina-assume natin na nalagpasan lang, gano'n. Baka masyadong maaga yung message at or masyadong late yung message at hindi na napansin. Ito naman, nangako na na mag-uusap daw kami ng ng October, November. Itong particular person na to. So finalo up ko. Hindi nagre-reply, gano'n. So, tapos parang every month, pina-follow up kung kailan na kami mag-uusap. So, finally, naset na yung schedule by end of this week. So, again, dapat nandun yung persistency rin or pagiging persistent sa pag-follow up ng ating mga leads, mga prospect clients. Ito rin, another produkto ng pag-follow up. So, March yan. Nag-sign up ng policy this month lang. So, for himself and his wife. So, matagal na ligawan. March tapos sign up ng November. Yan. So, another, I think this is my last slide na sharing of my my TAs. Drop names if you must. Of course, with the with a permission of the previous person that you had a conversation with. Pero dito sa work naman sa J&J, sinasabi ko na when I approach a colleague, sinasabi ko na yung other colleagues natin nakipag-meeting na sa akin, nagustuhan nila yung presentation, baka gusto mo rin. Somehow siya, bandwagon, pero dito specific team na at person yung aking minimension. So parang dito, I have presented na sa compliance team, nagustuhan naman nila, baka gusto mo rin. So dito specific persons na yung minention ko na teammates nung aking mga colleagues. So marami kong close na na cases sa full-time job ko because of this particular approach. Ayun, that's the end of my sharing. I hope hindi ako nag-overtime.
Ayan, so palakpakan naman natin si Mark. Ayan, so kindly type on the chat box. Virtual clap. Ayan, kasi tingnan mo, hindi lang virtual background. Nag-effort siya talaga at kabog ang mga costume natin. So siya talaga yung...
Akala ko kasi merong may prize ang best in costume. Joke lang.
May clown rin kami. Ayan, so if you have any questions, please type in the chat box or you may unmute yourself. Kasi marami pang gusto natin na tanungin kay Mark, pero syempre, he also squeezed din yung time na inalat natin for him. And baka may nakalimutan pa tayo na gusto nating mapakinggan. And for other people na walang question, kindly type naman sa chat box, ano yung biggest learning nyo for today? Kasi alam nyo ba nung panahon na nandyan pa si Miss Ana Blanco, ni-invite na daw natin si Mark pero hindi siya available. Kaya nga we're so privileged. During this time, siguro dahil birthday celebration ni Ams, nagkataon na available siya. Siningit yung ating time. Binlock niya talaga na hindi mag-schedule ng another meeting. Ayan. So, super idol ka, Mark. Yan, so amazing. Sabi ni Beshi Karin, tamad pa daw pala siya niya. No, di ba? Sabi ni Gerald, grabe ang sipag na feel ko. Ang tamad ko. And then sabi ni Barb, be persistent, wag susuko. Sige po.
Hindi, ayoko nang mag-text. Thank you lang ako kasi very useful yung mga pinost niya na yung mga conversations. Thank you for sharing it with us. You're so generous sa kasi talagang pwede namin makita how you phrase your words, ganyan. Tapos napaka-sipag mo nga you use your resources talaga. I think we should really rack our brains to think kung sino pa yung pwede namin makontak. But in your case, yun ang ginawa mo and congratulations. Galing.
Salamat po.
Thank you so much. Eva.
Hi, Mark.
Hello po.
Rohel.
Hi, this is Kuya Rohel.
Hello po.
I just want to honor you for your generosity. You are creating a nice mark.
Thank you po.
Only in film life, share lahat ang malalaman mo is something that is worth emulating. At ang kasipagan mo at ang kababaan ng kalooban mo is really, really amazing. Ang isang tanong na lang is, kailan ka lilipat ng trabaho? Sayang din ang market. And congratulations and talagang it's really an honor for us na nakasama ka during this meeting and birthday pa ng aming AM.
Thank you
Salamat.
po.
Marami.
So kapag naubos ko na yung J&J na colleagues ko, baka lumipat na ako na another work.
Ayan, so thank you so much, sir.
Tawag dyan.
Part-time, yes. Very
And
good.
also, yes, so thank you all sa lahat ng mga affirmations. So mamaya send rin natin yan kay Mark. May question pala dito, Mark, si Jerica. Most of your appointments set are via chat lang, no?
Yep, via chat lang. Parang ngayon pa naman wala pa namang other modes. So, hindi pa ako masyadong lumalabas rin. So, most of them are via chats talaga.
Grabe. May phone-in question pa pala kami, Mark. How do you handle the objections of your prospects that allowed you to close more than 100 policies this year?
Actually, yung objection lang naman kapag dun sa pag-set up ng client meeting eh. So kapag sinabi nila na na meron na silang insurance, so ang sinasabi ko, we might need to to revisit lang kung sufficient yung coverage kasi ako rin naman by myself, I started in being insured 2014 yata, ganun. So, tapos yung next ko na insurance policy after 5 years. So parang hindi sapat na na isang beses ka lang kukuha ng insurance mo kasi tumataas yung income mo, tumataas yung capacity to pay, and tumataas yung income na binibring in mo sa policy, sa family that you need to protect. Yan. So ayun naman yung common rejection ngayon na meron na silang insurance policy, and ayun yung big hurdle na we need to slash out.
Yan. So thank you, Mark. So may question pa dito. Ito na yung meron ako dito bago si Red. Do you have structured work week? If yes, how does it look like? Kasi di ba
I'm not the most organized person in the room. Basta lang ako. Well, very lang din, privilege na medyo lenient sa office as long as I'm able to deliver yung mga deliverables ko. Pwede ko mag-set ng client meetings even during office hours. So I'm doing that. At in terms of dedicated time sa pag-TA, wala rin. So kung kailan yung vacant time ko, doon lang ako nag-TA. So wala talaga structured na work with. Maybe I need to do that kasi parang it's really working well sa others pero sa akin currently sabog pa ang aking work schedule.
Ayan, so thank you, Mark. Ayun, napanood ko rin yung last time na na in-invite ka diba sa One Manila sa sharing, kasama mo sila Boss Eman. So mahilig ka mag-declare ng mga goals mo. Ayan, kaya may
napasubo ako sa declaration na yan.
Kasi COT daw siya next year. Kaya tuloy dito may question. When will you go full time? Sabi ni Tita Non.
Mukhang nakakaba yung question na to. Pero hindi ko sarado yung yung potential or yung possibility na yun. Pero currently kasi dahil pandemic pa at work from home naman, kinakaya naman siya pagsabayin. So syempre, 2 sources of income is better than 1. So kaya naman pagsabayin. So kapag hindi na kayang pagsabayan, I will weigh in. Ayun.
Ayan, so palakpakan naman natin si Mark. So kindly have reactions na clap